Callan Park Hospital for the Insane was an asylum for mentally ill patients located within the grounds of Callan Park in the Sydney suburb of Lilyfield. The hospital operated from 1878 to 1914, with the first influx of patients starting in 1884. In 1873, colonial government of New South Wales bought the site with the intention of building an additional asylum to help with the overcrowding at the Gladesville Hospital for the Insane, our previous location. The first building, named the Kirkbride Block, was originally designed to accommodate 666 patients. However, by 1890, the asylum had become exceedingly overcrowded, with a total of 1,078 patients. Because of these severe overcrowding issues, Callan Park soon became a toxic, unpleasant place, with an ex-patient explaining her experience in the newspaper Truth in July 1900, saying, quote, "These so-called nurses treat patients most cruelly. They are mechanical, inhumane creatures. I once had my hair pulled until my nose bled. I have seen the nurses twist patients' arms behind their backs until they cried out in pain and bumped their head against the stone wall." Sounds pretty brutal, right? Because of these incidents, in 1961, there was a Royal Commission into the Callan Park Mental Hospital, which found a group of male staff members at the time who were starving, bashing, verbally abusing, and failing to properly clean the patients. These revelations show what kind of place this truly was. More than 100 years on, the Callan Park estate still haunts visitors. The 2017 supernatural horror film Ravenswood was shot within the grounds and certain buildings of Callan Park, with a cast member refusing to return to the set as he felt, quote, "spirits whispered in his ears," end quote. After interviewing a Sydney art student, she relayed her disturbing experience at the Callan Park estate. She was working late at night in an art studio in one of the old asylum buildings. One night whilst working on her project, the spotlight lamp kept turning around by itself to face her. She also explained that she would come into the studio and all her stuff would be moved around, even though she locked the studio when she wasn't there. She believed in ghosts but was never really into anything supernatural until her experiences as a student in the Callan Park campus. She told whoever she believed haunting her to leave her alone because they were disrupting her work. The day she submitted her major work and went back to the studio to pack up, she found someone had left a bouquet of local Australian fauna next to the spotlight lamp. Once again, the door had been locked, and she believed it was the ghost apologising to her. She spoke to the ghost one more time as she left, telling it to move on and stop haunting the room once and for all. The night she was driving home from Callan Park, all of a sudden she completely lost her vision for 5 seconds. She got the feeling someone was present with her in the car, and her suspicions were confirmed once she got home and put her bags down. All of a sudden a bag, which she kept candles in, that was leaning against the wall on her floor did a 180, flipped itself and spilled all the candles across the floor. She said one more time to the ghost that it needed to move on, that she was way too boring to bother haunting, and that he needed to leave her alone. She never experienced anything after that night. After filming, we got a real eeriness from the Callan Park grounds, being so empty and abandoned. Large sandstone buildings, weathered trees, and old fences really set the haunted vibe, along with the dark hallways, broken glass windows, and spiderwebs that decorated the grounds. Today, the Kirkbride complex is used by the Sydney College of Arts, and the buildings surrounding the park areas within the Callan Park estate are open to the public, although it has been noted as one of the most haunted places in Sydney.